So just, doing a little cheeky country walk with the wonderful Amy Scott-Smith. Amy is a nurse, so I thought, why not just have a little bit of a chat and find out a little bit more about why she chose that career, why she followed that path, and why it's such an enriching job, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Awesome. So, Ames, firstly, do you want to explain what do you do for a living?
So I have been a nurse now for 6 years. I work in adult nursing, and until very recently I worked in a hospital on a ward as a sister, and now I've just moved into community palliative care, which is caring for people who have got terminal diagnosis or coming to the end of their life.
So why did you choose to go into nursing? All the careers out there, why was that of particular interest?
I feel like lots of people sort of expect everybody to say, like, you've got a calling for nursing, like,
Yeah.
And I don't think I particularly felt that way about it, but I've always been in sort of caring roles in any career, and massive puddle. I think also, like, having my dad's a doctor, my mum kind of worked in like adult social care, so I think kind of growing up with parents that have done, again, sort of caring, people facing roles. And yeah, I don't really know if I remember the conscious decision to do it, but I know I always had interest in it. It was out of being a vet, didn't like reptiles, so
It's like me. Fair enough. Yeah. And so what do you think are like the best things out of your job and the worst things out of your job?
Oh, well, best things are the variety of people I get to meet, because it's anyone over 18 that I get to care for. And on some days I can be looking after like an 18-year-old and like a 95-year-old at the same time. And I love hearing the stories of people's lives. You meet so many interesting people, lots of different cultures, and just so many different types of humans in different walks of life, which I just think is always really enriching. You get to meet some like that. So
some people I know would say that working with the public is the worst thing ever.
Well, yeah, there are the odd days like, wow, I don't need to be called things like that. They're few and far between compared to all the nice ones. But then alongside that, the difficult things are you're working with people. So you're working with people's emotions. There's lots of hard things you have to say to people, lots of upsetting at the nature of healthcare, breaking bad news, lots of like trauma, to be honest. As a healthcare professional, there's some things that I've seen in my life that I never thought I'd ever come across, and I won't forget them. So yeah, 12 and a half hours is really long for a shift. Whoever decided that was a good idea, I don't know. But other than that,
fair enough. So for anyone who's looking to maybe do a career switch, maybe they feel like they want to make a difference in the world, make a difference to people's lives by going into nursing, what would you recommend? Obviously the route to going into nursing is to get a degree in nursing, am I right?
Yes, so nursing's a degree now. I actually didn't finish sixth form, so I didn't have full A levels or anything. I did my access to nursing while I worked full time, and then went on to get my nursing degree. So there's still ways of doing it.
To know.
If you haven't actually, I had 1 A level and 6 ASs because I dropped out of college twice. No intention of going to uni, still went to uni, so definitely doable.
And so just on that, how would people get onto the Access Nursing course? So people just Google Access Nursing?
Oh yeah, literally. And there's so many different online courses, or like Open University, things like that. As long as you've got, again, like it's a criteria meet. So it's, if you've got your GCSEs and you've got maybe certain qualifications, the Access to Nursing gives you the top up to have the points to meet what you need to get into uni.
There you go. So even if you dropped out of college, there are routes. You can still get a degree. So there you go, you heard it here first. And Amy, what one thing would you recommend for anyone who is looking to go into nursing? What piece of advice would you give them?
I think when the courses changed quite a lot since I've done it, I think. But I think if you're going into nursing and you're at uni, your time in placement is your time to soak up as much as you can. I think in nursing, the academic uni side of it is that there are some modules that just felt a bit like seemingly sort of irrelevant, because actually everything you learn is on the job. You realise everything that you're learning about the body and how it works, you can't actually work out if until you're doing it and you see it in real life. So
But is
placement, most important.
the theory important for
Oh yeah,
fitting?
like we still do like anatomy and physiology, lots of acute care, obviously your medicines and that sort of part of it, pharmacology element of it.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's one of those things that someone can tell you so much about how something functions, but then when you see it in real life, when someone goes into like an organ failure, you think, oh, this makes sense now.
Yeah. So basically, kids, attend your lectures and don't skip anything.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a lesson there. Okay, great. Thanks so much, Ames.
No worries.